Hello and good evening. It's Sunday the 21st of June on day 11 of World Cup 2026. I'm Lee Anthony Davis and it's time for my World Cup 2026 YouTube channel. Coming up, we got World Cup final score, followed by sports report, group tables, look at tomorrow's matches, the contenders section, the quiz question section, the goal of the day, match of the day, and we round off with news and weather. Right, starting off now with the World Cup final scores. Starting with Group G, Belgium 0, Iran 0. New Zealand 1, Egypt 3. Group H, Spain 4, Saudi Arabia 0. Uruguay 2, Cape Verde 2. Right, it's time for sports report. We start off with Group G with the last match between with the match between Belgium and Iran. Both teams are looking for a win after a draw in their opening games. Belgium, without their star striker Jeremy Doku, Belgium were going to find it hard to score, and which it proved to be the case, and the busiest players on the pitch were the goalkeepers, especially Iran's goalkeeper Ali Reza Bayram-Vand, who kept Belgium out. Then on the 66th minute, Belgium's task became even more impossible when Nathan Nogoy was sent off, and eventually Iran held on for a 1-1 draw and a point in front of 70,000 fans at the Los Angeles Stadium. And their future in the World Cup will surely be in that match between New Zealand and Egypt, where a win is more crucial than ever. Right, moving on to the second report from a below performance from the last match of Group G from a viewers and spectators point of view. We'll now look at Group H with a much improved match, and expectations are riding high on second favourite Spain after a dismal performance against Cape Verde in the first opening match. Another slip-up could result in an early exit from the World Cup, and it was their opponent Saudi Arabia was to feel the wrath of Spain, and it wasn't long before a breakthrough came in the 10th minute from a cross from Oyarzabal, and then tapped in from the 18-year-old Lamine Yamal, and unmarked at the far post to put Spain 1-0 up. Then Oyarzabal added 2 himself in the 21st and 24th minute to go 3-0 up at half-time. And the match itself in the second half saw Spain shut out Saudi Arabia, and with an own goal from Hassan al-Tambakti in the 49th minute saw Spain run out 4-0 winners, and saw Spain top of Group H and putting the embarrassment of the opening game behind them. Right, moving on to Uruguay versus Cape Verde. Now, these two teams are playing in Group H as well. Uruguay against the team that shocked Spain, Cape Verde. Could they do it again? And the answer is yes, they can. And the unthinkable happened in the 21st minute when Kevin Pina scored to put Cape Verde 1-0 up. And they almost held it to the half-time, but goals from Maxi Araujo and in the 44th minute, and Agustin Canobia a minute later on the stroke of half-time to lead 2-1, to lead 2-1 at half-time. In the second half, refused to buckle. That was Cape Verde, and then another sensational moment happened when Uruguayan Mateus Oliveira tried to play the ball in his own box, and Cape Verde's Helio Varela pounced on it to make it 2-2 at the 61st minute. Both sides had their chances to win the match, but it was Cape Verde's day again. Now, the unthinkable could happen if Cape Verde beat Saudi Arabia in their final match and could see them qualify. Possibilities. Right, let's have a look at the group tables. We start with Group G. Egypt lead the top of the group after their win today against New Zealand. And, sorry, was it New Zealand? I can't remember. Let's go back. No, Belgium. Yeah, that's right. Egypt got a point. No, Egypt beat New Zealand. Sorry, it was the wrong one I was reading. There you go. There you go. Live. When you record this live, you can make mistakes, and I made a big one there. Sorry about that. Right, looking at Group G, Egypt got 3 points today with a win over New Zealand, which I should have said first. Iran and Belgium got a draw, so the outcome is Egypt are top of the group with 4 points. Iran and Belgium are both on 2, and New Zealand now on 1 point. Right, it's all to play in the final match. Meanwhile, in Group H, Spain redeemed themselves with a 4-0 win against Saudi Arabia to lead the top of Group H, and Uruguay and Cape Verde are now within a chance of qualification themselves with 2 points. Saudi Arabia have an envious task of scoring at least 5 goals against their next opponents, which will be hard to see that happening, so they could be on their way home. They have to win anyway, but they have to win by a long way, and they don't look like the team that's going to score loads of goals in the final match. Anyway, that is the group tables. We move on to tomorrow's matches. In Group J, playing in Arlington in America, Argentina make their second appearance in the World Cup, and they'll play Austria at 6 p.m. on BBC One. Then moving on to America again in Santa Clara at 4 a.m. Jordan take on Algeria. So you can see that match on ITV. Meanwhile, in Group I, USA will take the United States, Philadelphia Stadium at 10 p.m. France will take on Iraq in the second match at 10 p.m. on ITV. And then you can see the whole final match at 1 a.m. in the morning with at Toronto Stadium at 1 o'clock on BBC One, Norway versus Senegal. Right, I'm sorry about that. I'm getting a bit tongue-tied here. Right, moving on to the contender section. My top 3 quickest goals in the World Cup 2026 is first, Matías Gallardo, 1 minute 4 seconds for Paraguay. The second is Ismail Sabari, 1 minute 10 seconds for Morocco. And third, Daichi Kamada, 4 minutes for Japan. Right, the longest time a goal has been scored in a World Cup in 2026 was by Marko Arnautovic in the 102nd minute penalty for Austria against Jordan. Right, now for the top 6 Golden Boot contenders. First, Lionel Messi is joined now with 3 other players, Carl Lauren, Jonathan David and Dennis Undav, who scored 2 goals for Germany today. So this is what it looks like. Lionel Messi, Lauren, David and Undav are all joined on 3 goals each. Argentina is Lionel Messi, Lauren and David are both Canadian, and Undav is German, as you know. And then we've got in second place on 2 goals Johan Manzambi and of course Harry Kane. Well, I don't need to tell you where he comes from. So Manzambi, Switzerland, but just in case you don't know and you've just been a trip to the moon and come back, Harry Kane plays for England. Alright then, moving on. The top 6 teams to score the most goals in a group are first, Germany 7-1 against Curacao. Second is Canada with a 6-0 win against Qatar. Third, Holland beat Sweden 5 goals to 1. And Sweden beat Tunisia 5 goals to 1. Then in 4th place, 2 on 4th, Spain beat Saudi Arabia 4-0. And of course Japan beat Tunisia last night with a 4-0 win. Right, so they are the teams that have scored the most goals in their groups. Right, moving on. And it's time to look at the top 6 teams that scored the most goals in the World Cup. Right, starting off with first, Germany with 9 goals. Second, Holland with 7 goals. Second, joint second with Holland is Canada with 7 goals. And then we have three in third place, with Japan leading along with Sweden and the USA with 6 goals. Right, now for the top 3 teams to concede the most goals. Joint first is Tunisia and Curacao with 9 goals, and then in third place is Qatar with 7 goals. Right, here's a quiz question from yesterday I gave you, if you remember. What was the score in the 1974 World Cup final? You thought that was simple enough, but I added something else like this. And who scored those goals? Well, the answer would have been Germany, 2-1 against Holland. And the goal scorers were Johan Neeskens in the 2nd minute with a penalty, and that was followed by an equaliser by the Germans, with Paul Breitner getting a penalty in the 25th minute, and then Gerd Müller getting the winner in the 43rd minute, 2 minutes before half time. Right, okay, then quiz question coming up. In which match in the World Cup completely turned into chaos? In which match in a World Cup turned into complete chaos? Right, I'll give you the answer to that tomorrow. Right, goal of the day. My choice for goal of the day is Kevin Pinnar for Cape Verde with a free kick straight into the net. Fantastic goal. It's got to be the best goal of the day. And then match of the day, I would say, has to go to Cape Verde against Uruguay. A 4-goal thriller, worth every penny of watching again. Exciting stuff. So that's my match of the day choice, Cape Verde versus Uruguay. Right, we're moving on to the news now. And firstly, sport. In football, Cape Verde does it again. Spain first, now Uruguay in a 2-2 embarrassing score. Meanwhile, in tennis, Serena Williams takes a wild card to play a surprise comeback in the ladies' singles at Wimbledon. Meanwhile, in other news, speculation that Starmer is within days of announcing his resignation plans. And now we round off with the weather. Today will be very warm with sunshine with a few clouds. Then heavy showers with a risk of thunder towards the end of the night. Right, that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed that. I'll see you again tomorrow with more from my World Cup YouTube channel. So join me for that, and have a nice evening or a nice day, whatever the way you look at it. Yes, there is light coming in, so I can't fool you, can I? But this is a little bit a day late because I've been doing so much elsewhere. If you see my videos, you'll see that I've been doing stuff on there, and also doing a lot of posting on my my community YouTube board. And that's one of the reasons why this came out a little bit late, but it's not too late. I managed to cover all the final scores were done and dusted, so that's good. So I had something to read out instead of one result. Anyway, that's it. I'm off now. Thank you for watching. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.